let's do it. This seems like a great time. It was not a great time. It was not a great time.
So did you take the van up there?
Took the van, yeah. And I'm missing a blinker, and the top of my van's cracked. Our morale got beat, and so did the van.
And away we go. This is episode number 2 of Between the Verses. I'm your host, David Wilde, former radio DJ of over 20 years. Little jaded with the radio business, so we decided to do a podcast. And I think the first podcast went very well with our good friend, Mr. Clay Gibson. On this episode, Mr. Tristan Graves. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you.
Thanks for being here, man. Thanks
Absolutely.
for doing this.
For sure. Thanks for having me.
So let's start from the very beginning. You are a singer-songwriter. You've been out here in Lubbock, Texas for quite a few years now. You went to Texas Tech.
That's right.
Graduated now, right? Mm-hmm. All done with school, so
yes.
It's all focused on music at this point.
Thank God, yeah. Took me way too long.
How long were you out there at Tech? I mean, doing your thing out there.
I came to Tech as a junior, and then I believe I just did those 4 semesters.
Okay, so you weren't even there very long then.
Right.
Where did you go to school before Tech?
I bounced around, man. I started at Sol Ross and Alpine freshman year. Went out there to play basketball, and I got tired of it, and that's when I picked up the classical guitar. Mm-hmm. And then I went out to College Station. Didn't do much school there. I went for school.
Yeah.
But I did not do
too many
much
distractions
school.
in College
Absolutely.
Station. Well, one could say the same thing about Texas Tech. What was the big difference between there and here?
The difference was my age. I was not ready to.
All right, fair enough.
Because we just had like all of our friends from high school, kind of like all our small town kind of posse. We all lived in like these 2 neighborhoods, so we were it was always something to do.
Something you probably shouldn't have been doing.
Yeah. Yes.
So let's go back. You, of course, are originally from Stanton, Texas. That's about a little over an hour from Lubbock, something like that.
About an hour and 20.
Hour and 20. Small town.
For sure.
Little bitty town.
Yeah.
We were talking before we started the show. One of our producers, Parker, asked, he goes, well, every one of these little small towns has a really cool place to eat. Mm-hmm. And so we wanted to wait till we got live on the podcast and have you actually give us, if I'm driving through Stanton, Texas, and I'm hungry, where do I stop to eat?
Man, I would say number 1, our drugstore, our pharmacy.
Is the place to eat?
Has the best burgers.
Oh, wow.
For sure.
Okay.
And milkshakes back in the day. I haven't been there back in a long time, but that's number 1. We did have a barbecue place called Lucci's. It was open when I was a kid, then it closed down. They brought it back a couple years ago. I think it's closed again. But there's one right off the highway called EJ's. It's actually catty corner to my house. So, so if you go there, go knock on the door. Say hi to my parents.
Oh, your poor parents. If this thing gets super popular, that might become a problem.
Yeah.
So barbecue place, but it kind of shocks me that you would say a drugstore is the place to go get a burger.
Right. It's kind of not of the norm, but they're good.
But that's kind of small town Texas for you when you really think about it. It's like, all right, we got this building. We're going to make this thing multi-service. Like, we're going to have burgers. We're going to sell you Tylenol. We're going to, whatever.
One-stop shop there.
One-stop shop because you don't have a whole lot of options. I mean, that's kind of close to Big Spring. That's like your bigger town that close to you,
right? For sure. Yeah, we did most of our big town stuff in Midland, though.
Oh, okay.
Even though Big Spring was a little closer, but Midland, we for sure had everything we needed, so that's where we'd go.
Well, let's get into the music, man, because that's kind of what your life's passion is. It's what it seems like you're pushing forward. This is your career, your chosen path.
For sure.
I mean, that doesn't seem like you decided to go be an insurance salesman or anything weird like that. Like you are down the path of being a successful musician.
10 toes. I decided to do it, and we're doing it.
Well, I'm a big fan, first of all. You were a somewhat regular guest on our Thursday live radio show.
Right.
And I always enjoyed having you on the program. The fan favorite. Folks really seem to take to you.
Thank you.
And it seems like that momentum is really starting to pick up over the last couple of years. You're doing some big shows. Heck, you were just did a show with Kevin Fowler recently. Mm-hmm. Where was that at?
That was in Stanton.
That was in Stanton. That was hometown. Yeah. How'd that go?
Yeah. It was great. it was really good to see all the support and stuff.
I imagine.
I've been after this for 3 or 4 years now, so to be able to come back and have my band somewhat polished and my sound kind of getting to where I want it, it was I was happy to be able to do that for them, and meant the world for them to come out, and all the kind words that were relayed to me after was great. So.
Yeah. And then imagine playing with Kevin was a lot of fun too. Kevin's such a nice guy.
Oh man, I love him. He was so nice to me.
Yeah.
And all my guys. So
my experience with Kevin, I don't know him real well. It's not like I give him a call and chat with him, shoot the shit with him. But he's every time I've seen him, he's always just been a perfect gentleman. And he remembers me. Always comes up, "Hey, David Wilde, how you doing, buddy?" Especially if we're out there at LJT or whatever. Just always been the perfect gentleman. So, they often say, don't meet your heroes. He's one you want to meet.
For sure.
Because he is genuine,
yeah.
And he loves what he does. He's been doing it a long time. Did you know he was a heavy metal guy to begin with?
Dude, I found that out over the weekend.
Yeah, he was like
and
a
then
hairband.
I met somebody, I went down to Gallywinter the next day, Sunday, and I was talking to somebody, and she said that her ex-husband played bass for his heavy metal band.
He's made a bit of a transition over the years.
For sure.
I think it was Larry Joe that showed me a picture of him. It was either that or somebody of the Larry Joe camp. They said, "Can you believe this is Kevin Fowler?" And he had
Did he have the hair and everything?
Yeah, he had the big hair and the tight leather. And I'm sorry I'm calling you out, Kevin, but it was a chapter in his life. He had a lot of fun with it. And but true to heart, he's a honky tonk guy. So what made you decide? I know this is sort of one of the cliche questions, but it kind of gives us a basis on where you come from. What was sort of the foundation, and what got you started in writing, not just performing music, but you're a songwriter. What kind of started you off down that path?
Well, like I said, I picked up the classical guitar when I was in Alpine, and thoroughly enjoyed playing and stuff. I had never thought about playing a show or anything, but I just enjoyed doing that so much, and I was like, man, I would love to create my own stuff. And I was such a fan of Evan Felker and Ryan Bingham and those guys, and I was like, man, if I could have something of my own and like something like that, then that'd be so cool. So it took me a while, but gosh, it took me like 1 or 2 years before I wrote a song that was even worth shit. But those guys really made me want to do that. And then I started doing vocal instruction in Midland College. Things started coming together, started going to open mics in Big Spring. And then from there I moved to Lubbock, and here we are now. Yeah,
this is kind of where your career is starting to see an upward trajectory. It's going pretty good.
Thank you.
I mean, you bring up the name Tristan Graves in Lubbock, Texas to anybody that knows music, and you're usually getting some high fives and some, heck yeah, I like that guy.
I hope so.
Songs, man. There was a song you did. A little backstory. I know we're based out of Lubbock, Texas. We're here at Foxtone Studios in Lubbock. But I realize that I got to try to remember to train my mind. This isn't local radio anymore. This is worldwide internet.
Yeah.
But there's a little, we'll call it a hotel, maybe a motel.
Definitely a motel.
It's motel. It's called the Executive Inn here in Lubbock, Texas. And anybody from Lubbock right now is going, oh, God, yes, we know that place. It's a shithole. It is awful. It's a crack den. I mean, it just is, okay?
Absolutely.
There's hookers everywhere. You never know what you're going to see at the Executive Inn. And then maybe at some point before we're done with the broadcast, if I could throw a request in, maybe we get you to sing that song for us. Because it makes me laugh, because it's genuinely a funny song, but serious at the same time. What kind of sparked that for you? Did you spend time over there?
No.
Okay,
no.
To be clear, he was not at the Executive Inn.
I had a high school buddy by the name of Hunter McMillan. He bought a house close around the time I moved to Lubbock, and I was looking for a spot. And he had a room to rent, so I did, and it was like a block or two east behind the Executive Inn.
I know the neighborhood, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was driving by it all the time, and I just thought it was ironic and funny. It was called the Executive Inn, and there ain't nothing
Sounds
executive
nice.
about it,
Yeah.
right? And then so there's that James McMurtry song with Choctaw Bingo. And I was like, I knew that if I were to write, it'd be something in that vein, kind of a little A-shuffle. But so yeah, I sat down one day and hashed it out. And I was playing a lot with A.B. Hill at that time. And I had him in mind when I was writing it. And when we recorded it, we put him on a verse at the end, the last verse of the song. But I guess to answer your question, the James McMurtry song was a big motivator for it.
It definitely describes it to the T. It's funny that you say that. You hear executive in, you're thinking, okay, if you've never seen the place, might be a nice hotel.
Yeah.
No, not so much. I had a similar situation many years ago. A little band called No Dry County. Big shouts out to No Dry County. You probably know a lot of those guys. They were doing a show up in Amarillo. They said, Dave, why don't you come up and hang out? We're going to be at the Golden Light. Come up and get you a badass hamburger, because they are. Big shout out to the Golden Light Burgers. And they said, all right. I said, okay, I'll go. They were going to be a few hours ahead of me. So I said, I'll just meet you guys there. Where are you staying? I'll just get a room there. They said, we're going to be staying at the Fifth Seasons. And I thought, all right, Fifth Seasons.
See, when I play that song, well, finish your story, I'm sorry.
Fifth Seasons sounds delightful. And I go in, and you walk into the lobby, and they've got this big atrium and like all these like indoor trees and little waterfall. And I'm thinking, all right, this ain't so bad, whatever. And I go up to pay for my room, and I think they said it was like $27. It's like $27 for a room.
Threw you off a little there.
A little bit. I thought, well, maybe it's because I'm friends with the band, because they were putting me next door to the band. I said, I got the band treatment, man. Hell yeah. I've made it. I've made it in this world. And then I go to find my room, and it's in the very, very back. Very, very back. And it got less nice the further back you got. Sorry, guys, over the Fifth Seasons. I'm just telling the truth. And I opened the door to the hotel room, and I opened the door, and I look around, and I go, yeah, $27 sounds about right to me. So anyway, back to your point at executive end.
When I played that song in Amarillo, they're like, well, I was like, because I preface it with every town's got their own executive in, and when I play it in Amarillo, that's what they say.
They bring up
like,
the Fifth Season.
That's our executive in.
And it seems to be where all the bands go, especially if you're playing Golden Light. I don't know if Golden Light has a deal with them or something, but at least back then, I'm sure a lot's changed. But anyhow. All right, so you're working on some new music, of course.
Yes, sir.
You've got some new stuff recently released, is that right?
We've done 2 singles the past month and a half. One of them is just a single on its own. It's kind of something with a catchy hook. We wanted to put out. I wrote it with my cousin Brandon Kinney, and so we just put that out as a single. I thought that's where it needed to go. And but the one before that was a song called "Helpless," which is the first of 6 songs, I believe. An EP coming out in the fall.
Okay, good.
And then we've got one more single in between our last one and the EP called Cottonland. It's about small farming communities. It's kind of a funny one too. But that's what's on the horizon for new music.
So previous episode I had Clay Gibson on, and it was great to catch up with Clay.
Love that guy.
Yeah, I do too. And he was talking about the big difference between the recording process and being live on stage, and he said it was kind of a tough transition for him. Do you find that to be the case for yourself? Or
Sorry, could you repeat that one more time?
So he's talking about, so with Clay Gibson, he was mentioning that the recording process versus being on stage is night and day, and that it was a little daunting for him when he got in the studio. He was a little, I wouldn't say intimidated, but he was definitely kind of taken back a little bit by the process. You got the thing clicking in your ear and all that stuff. Do you find that to be the same, or are you pretty comfortable in the studio?
Absolutely not all that comfortable yet. You're just so magnified, and like kind of like this, you hear your voice. If you're singing, you hear it go any which way, and if you're off just a little bit, then it's like, oh. And the click is a whole nother thing. I had never played live with a click, but in studio, you kind of have to, just for editing purposes and stuff like that. But
well, I know that in my experience, a good producer is going to make you listen to that click.
For sure.
Because we had talked on the previous episode. I was with Dalton when he was recording Jesus in Handbags. And he just wanted to do it raw. He didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And they said, no, you're gonna do this with this click, click, click in your ear. And eventually he got the hang of it, but you could see the frustration in his face while we were going through that process. And of course, talking about Clay, I want to give him another big shout out. I felt bad because I didn't mention this on the previous episode, and I want to thank Clay's mother and both his mother and father. But she gave a cross to my son before he went off to basic training, and it's my son's good Christian boy. It meant a lot to him. So Zayna, thank you for that. Directly, I want you to know that that's helped him out a lot. Since we're kind of on the subject, I will bring up my son. This is a little more selfish, but I know that there's a chance he might be seeing this right now. Basic. They get their phones like on Sunday for like 20 minutes.
Right.
So Dylan, I love you. Hang in there. He's at Fort Jackson, South Carolina right now. And the little boy from West Texas has never felt that kind of humidity.
Oh, I bet.
So talked to him last week. He said he's doing good. He's a little raspy in the voice, but I think that's from doing the whole "no drill sergeant,
right.
yes drill sergeant."
Yeah.
So very proud of him.
I'm sure you are.
Been tough watching your only son climb on the plane, and watch him go away. He's my only child, so
yeah.
It's been tough on his mother and I. We talk all the time. I'm fortunate that she and I get along very well. We split up when Dylan was only like 3 years old.
Yeah.
So, this co-parenting thing is something we did for his whole life pretty much. And she's been able to lean on me. I've been leaning on him. So, Christina, big shout to you as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, the selfishness aside, I just wanted to give a little shout out to my boy.
Well, that's cool. Good for him. Good for him.
He's doing good. Well, I'm glad he's doing it because I look back and I'm like, man, maybe I should have went to the damn military.
Right.
This whole radio thing has never really paid off, you know? 22 years in radio. And I'm like, man, where did the time go?
Right.
At least in the military, you get a nice little retirement.
Yeah, they take good care of you. I mean, I think when you get back, you have benefits and stuff.
Absolutely. Originally, he wanted to jump out of airplanes, which, of course, freaked me out. I'm going, what are you talking about? You want to jump out of? Well, or I'm going to drive a tank. I'm like, that's pretty cool. I'll give you that. Well, his MOS is 68 Alpha now. For Army guys out there, they'll know what that is. Most of them will. Basically, he's going to be like a repair tech for x-rays and stuff like that.
Cool.
So he did really well on his ASVAB, and that's cool because when he gets out of the Army, he can actually go get a job in civilian life.
Nice.
I mean, nobody's hiring tank drivers in civilian life, So I was glad to find out he's not going to be jumping out of airplanes. His mother and I.
I'm sure he'll take a breath of fresh air.
So let's move forward with obviously. You're out touring. You're doing your thing. Are you getting out of Texas, or are you mostly staying close around here?
Well, we went up to Montana last year just for a run up and down, and it was so terribly put together. It probably wasn't the best idea. Yeah, we had this booking agent.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a horror story for me looking back.
Let's expand on that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So maybe some of these guys and gals out there might learn a lesson from you.
Beware.
A lot of things to be aware of in the music industry.
Right. So I get messages all the time of, these booking agents and stuff wanting to try their go at it. And me being that young last year and green, he was like, I'm looking for a band to go up to Montana and play these shows. We got them all lined up and down. And I was like, man, that'd be really cool. If we go and play in a state and they like us, and maybe one day a week they can come see a show when we're going back, going back around. And plus, it would be just a cool trip in the first place. Because
Montana's beautiful.
Yeah, for sure. It was around full time when we went. So I was like, man, that'd be a great time to go. So I got it all lined out with my band, and I was like, let's do it. This seems like a great time. It was not a great time. It was not a great time.
So did you take the van up there?
Took the van, yeah. And I'm missing a blinker, and the top of my van's cracked. Our morale got beat, and so did the van.
Well, did the van make it, though?
It made it with no problems at back, too. But anyway, so to get to the more horror part of it, we start our run in Lubbock. And we play our first two shows, and then we meet the booking agent, I think in Montana. And he's this real scraggly looking guy, and I think we had run into some problems because he said gas was all covered.
Yeah.
So I'm calling him on the way up. I bought probably 1 or 2 tanks of gas, and hotels were a problem that he wasn't on top of that.
He was supposed to pay for that too.
Mm-hmm. Having to take all this stuff out of our pocket, so I'm thinking, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah.
And then we meet him, and it all kind of makes sense. And so at this point, I'm stressed the hell out, and because we're getting to these shows, and they don't even know that we're booked to play.
What do you mean they didn't know you were booked to play?
They hadn't ever talked to our booking agent. He just wrote down these venues.
The venue themselves had no idea that you were even on the way.
Right.
Okay.
So we're like, uh-oh.
Red flags all over the place.
Oh, everywhere.
Yeah.
And like I said, we meet him. I'm like, okay, this is starting to make sense. He looks a certain way. He looked like he did some time at the Executive Inn.
Nice little throwback there. Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
And we're setting up and stay on stage in Montana. This is one of the shows that went well. One of the two, right. I think. And he walks up, and my drummer the whole way, he'd been talking about a mandolin. He wanted to buy a mandolin, mess around with one. So our booking agent walks up to us, and he's like, here, I'm going to gift you all this mandolin. And I was like, I grabbed it. I was like, oh, thanks. I handed it to my drummer. I'm like, here, wish granted, I guess.
Yeah.
And then he also gave us some guitar to sign. Nobody up there knew who the hell we were, so I don't know why he wanted to sign a guitar. But so then we played that show, went great. Actually, at the end of the night, he disappears and the bartender comes and finds me and says that he didn't pay his bar tab.
The booking agent didn't pay his bar tab.
So he comes back that night with a bloody face after I had been looking for him.
Yeah. With
a bloody face, trying to go to sleep on our couch in the Airbnb, and we're already upset at this guy. We're like, you are not sleeping in here.
Your B&B, the one that you paid for?
Well, I guess he had bought that one.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
But we're like, dude, you're not sleeping in here. Bloody face and all, like, we're like, whatever.
That wasn't part of the deal.
We're done with you. At this point, we're like, we're going to call places on our own to get us back to Lubbock. Yeah. And so my drummer the next morning, he's playing the mandolin on the porch. You know, my drummer that wanted the mandolin. Mm-hmm. And some guy walks up, he goes, where did you get that mandolin?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. And we're like, oh, I'm sure we got it from our booking agent, but I'm sure it seems like he stole it from you. He goes, yeah, he did. That's my mandolin. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so the guy that's trying to get into the world of booking shows, how did he even get your name?
I can't remember. Facebook.
Wow, that seems random.
Yeah.
So the guy that's trying to get into booking promises you that your room and board's going to be taken care of, your fuel's going to be taken care of.
Yeah.
Now he's handing you a stolen mandolin.
Yeah.
Looks like he's from the Executive Inn. Little advice to all you out there, musicians: do your research.
Cross your T's and dot your I's, especially if you're going across the country, because I was not very smart about that.
Yeah, it'd be one thing if it was like Tulsa or something.
Yeah,
it's like, all right, if this all hell breaks loose, we just turn around and go home. But you're stuck, 1,500 miles away from home or whatever it is.
Yeah,
that's insane. No kidding, man.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the first show. The second venue, tell us about that one. Like, was that the part where the mandolin came up stolen, or?
I believe the second one was the mandolin deal.
Oh my gosh.
And then our third one, we meet them, and they are on the outs with him as well. Okay. They're like, how long have y'all been working with this guy?
He's got a reputation for himself already.
For sure.
Yeah, all right.
Because he told this venue that there was going to be 10, 12 bands, and they put together this whole golf tournament. And we're one of two bands that show up.
Oh, wow.
And so they're upset with him. Yeah. And we kind of tell them what's been going on with us, with him. And they're just like, oh, shit, we're so sorry. And we're like, yeah, well, our next show is in like, I think it was like a week after this one. So they were so nice. It was Jerry's Saloon in Montana. And Jerry's son, Antoine, ran it. And he was nice enough to house us all that week so that we didn't have to buy hotels or sleep in the van till our next show. And he housed us all that week, which saved it all. Mm-hmm. And he even let us play there a couple nights for some money. So shout out to Antoine at Jerry's Saloon.
So recoup a little bit of that gas that I assume never got paid for.
No.
All right. We're not going to say this gentleman's name, but you suck, dude.
Yeah.
Go try Uber or something. like this, you're in the wrong business. And reputation is everything in this business.
For sure.
And that's the problem. And I think we see that a lot, especially with a lot of younger artists. A lot of the more successful artists can kind of reach back on their history and probably have similar stories like yours. There's some leeches out there.
For sure.
There are. That I know our buddy Sal from Sal and the Stonewall Hippies, he's dealt with some do you know much about that story? I'd like to get Sal in on the show. We can go
is it the Sodfest thing?
Yeah, the Sodfest thing.
I was supposed to be on that bill.
Okay. And this is in Amarillo, right?
Right. And it was this whole thing like Amarillo's getting their HEB.
Shout out to HEB. We got my sparkling water there.
And that was hush hush. They just told the artists, I guess, and everybody involved that this is for our promotion for the HEB coming to town. They had William Clark Green on there, Aiden Logston, I guess just some local guys to kind of, I think Slade Coulter was on it. And like, I think Sal was the one that kind of, his ears started to raise about a certain handful of things. Sal started to ask questions. Turns out she had been doing a similar thing, like a con man thing. She did something like that down in Austin not that long ago. So she'd just been living the past couple of years off of scamming people, I guess,
really?
And stuff like that. So I think Sal was the one that really threw the flag and was like, something's not right. That's about all I know.
Okay.
Don't get me lying about
it.
Yeah.
It's my understanding she was indicted. There she is facing some legal issues. So it's good to see that the justice system does work sometimes.
For sure.
I think a lot of that stuff is still in the process, so I don't want to comment too much on stuff that I don't know. So just to be clear, it's kind of hazy on all the details.
Me too, yeah.
I think it would be good. So, I gave Sal a shout out. We'll get Sal on the show.
Yeah, he could tell you all about it. He was very involved, and he even did a Facebook Live, and he had all his.
I saw that.
He had all his stuff written out.
He seemed very passionate about it.
Yeah.
He seemed very. I don't want to say gleeful or happy, but there was definitely a smile on his face when he found out this lady was going to face some repercussions.
Absolutely.
So, be careful out there who you're booking or who you're working with, whether it be radio promoters, booking agents. I mean, there are good ones out there. There's very good ones out there. So, not a knock to any, my world and my experience in radio. You get some of these radio promoters. And I've been asked by young artists a lot about this. Hey, should I get a radio promoter? Should I not? And it just depends on your situation. Not everybody's the same. If you're well connected, Tristan, you're pretty well connected in this business. You know a lot of people. You probably don't need one necessarily. Maybe. Depends on what you got going on. If you got a good email list of program directors, that's going to be helpful. Because you're going to send your music over to them, send them, just maybe shoot them some, little bottle of liquor or something,
right.
Just to try to kind of get their attention. And that's usually pretty helpful. There are some very, very good promoters out there as well, and that have helped a lot of artists over the years. So it's just be careful who you're going into business with. We were talking about the executive end. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull my card. You go ahead and play that one for us?
Yeah, I can play that one.
All right, we're going to do that. I love this one. I remember the first time you played this on my live show when we were out there at Cook's Garage, and that just had me smiling the whole time because I was like, after you hear the song, you'll understand. So, Tristan Graves, this is, of course, Between the Verses, broadcasting in Foxtone Studios, Lubbock, Texas, USA.
So it follows a story of these fictional characters, Jimmy and Lori. Jimmy closes the bar down one night, and Lori's asleep. So Jimmy goes and finds the executive in. And it's funny. Shout out Sarah and Kelly Clement, two of the best people in the world. They just support live music so much. And when they're at some of my shows, sometimes I'll put their names in there, and they get a kick out of it. So, but the executive in, it goes like this. There's a place off of Avenue Q, walls so green it's run by Peggy Sue. Well, everybody brings dreams of cash in, all for a stay at the executive inn. Late one night when the bars were closed, Jimmy's rolling high in the streets he roamed. Lori was sleeping, she wouldn't let him in. The only place to stay was the executive inn. Didn't lay his head, but he found a new lover. She was quick, she was mean, she felt like no other. Jimmy got busy wondering where she'd been. She said, oh, I've been waiting on you, honey, at the executive inn. Not long after things got expensive, she cost more than the bank would give her. Jimmy had one more thing to cash in. Oh, he sold his soul to the executive end. Jimmy worked long hours in those rooms. He learned all about substance abuse. Poor old Jimmy, he was getting thin. He had an extended stay at the executive end. Lori found him by the quarter to late. Didn't find him quick enough, no, it was too late. Jimmy will die as a veteran. Oh, he's paid his dues to the executive end.
The infamous executive end. There you go.
That's right.
There, that, of course, our good buddy, Mr. Tristan Graves, on Between the Verses. And, man, that paints a picture. It is infamous. And I thought the place was supposed to get shut down. I could have sworn I saw somewhere on the news or somewhere on Facebook that they were going to shut the whole damn thing down.
It was weird because I started promoting that song, and some of the videos did really well. And you know, people obviously got a kick out of it because it's a fun. It's supposed to be a joke. And then it felt like the executive end was trying to do some damage control.
Yeah.
Because they put these pictures on everybody's door, on all the doors, and said you need to vacate by July 3rd or 4th or whenever it was, and which kind of stirred it up even more.
Yeah. And
I kept promoting the song, and then.
Because this is one of those hotels where people kind of live there, basically.
Yeah.
You know.
And but time came. That date on that poster passed, and they stayed open.
Still open. Yeah.
But I mean, the traffic did die down a lot. But there's still people there. I don't know.
I think they got enough of the attention of Lubbock Police Department. They're probably
cracked down at least a little bit.
There was a great promotional picture of you standing right in front of the executive end, a black and white picture that I loved. It just
and then a cop pulled up
right behind you. I saw that. Yeah.
Well, they were doing like the speeding traffic stop.
Yeah. The timing couldn't have been better.
Oh, it was funny. That's why I was laughing in one of them because I was like, "Oh, this is perfect."
This worked out great.
Yeah.
All right. Before we started the show, you said you had some exciting news, some big news. You haven't told us yet, so this is all going to be our reaction is live. Mm-hmm. And so, what you got, man?
I really haven't told anyone. I told my parents on the phone yesterday.
Okay.
But I believe that my time here in Lubbock is up.
Okay.
I'm handing in my keys to my apartment next Monday, and I'm going down to the hill country.
Okay.
Living out of my van. So.
Van down by the river.
That's exactly right.
All right. Gonna have to write a song on that one too. What prompted this?
Well, financially, it's hard to make it make sense here in Lubbock if you're wanting to play. You know, you've got cooks in the blue light and, you know, restaurant gigs if you can get those consistently. But I just feel like I can stay way more busy down there. I won't have to drive 2 hours to find another venue. So this whole year I've been going down there as much as I could. That's where I've been booking primarily.
Okay.
Just to get my foot in the door places, and I've got several buddies down there that'll help me out, you know, just parking the van in the driveway and stuff like that. And the people that I have mentioned this to, they're all calling me crazy, you know, and I'm like, man, well, you kind of got to be a little crazy to make it in this. And I think that, sure, I've cut my teeth here, but it's just one portion of Texas. So I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to get in the van, live out of it, save some money. That's another reason I'm wanting to save money to pay for a record next spring.
And all that stuff's very expensive.
So expensive. Yeah. And you gotta sacrifice a lot. So
I like to see that, man. Let me be the first to tell you, I believe in you. I think you're making the right decision. I know there's probably gonna be people out there going, "That's crazy. Why would you do that?" But you got to make some sacrifices, especially in the world of music.
Yeah.
And down there in the Hill Country area, you've got a lot of great areas. You've got New Braunfels, San Antonio, Austin, all the surrounding little towns around there, all kinds of music venues. You can move around and stay busy.
For sure.
Where you're absolutely right about Lubbock, and I've seen this happen to artists before. You're right. We've got Cook's Garage, fantastic venue. You've got the Blue Light, legendary, but you can only play there every so often.
Yeah, and you'll get oversaturated, if you do it too much. So.
I've seen that happen where very talented, and I won't name any names, but very talented artists that because of whatever reason, maybe they've got a family here, they've got kids, they're planted here. So they're like, all right, I'm going to just do all my music in Lubbock. And then what happens, it's like, so-and-so's playing XYZ venue. It's like, there's no urgency to go see him because I know he's going to be there next week or the week after. And so that can be detrimental to a career. I've seen it firsthand.
For sure.
And again, to some artists that are incredibly talented that could have, the sky was the limit, and then they age out.
Yeah.
They age out to a point where it's like, now it's too late. Now you're not going to have that opportunity. So,
somebody even told me one night, there was like, Blue Light the only place you play? And I was like, I laughed, but I was like, good point.
Well, Blue Light's good for that, especially for young artists. They've got their Monday singer-songwriter night, which I think is a wonderful thing.
For sure.
I guess way back when it used to be karaoke night. I just saw, I think Dustin Six put something on Facebook.
Yeah, I saw that too.
That it used to be, it was either Dustin or Lance or one of the guys. It used to be karaoke, and then Red Shahan, I believe it was Red Shahan, and the original owners decided to do a little bit of change and make it singer-songwriter night. They've been doing that for, it seems almost 20 years.
Yeah, I think you're right.
At this point, 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
It's been a major success. Tons of artists have gone
Man,
there.
it's gotten its own name. People come all from around just for the Monday night.
I've been blessed to be able to be a judge for that for several years, and I'm always surprised, and I don't want to say surprised, but just impressed by how far some of these folks will come just to be a part of that singer-songwriter.
Blue Light, its name holds a lot of weight.
It certainly does. I mean, we've had people from Colorado. We've had people from Louisiana.
Yeah, Carolinas.
New Mexico, of course, which isn't too far from us, but I mean, they're making the drive to come to Lubbock to be a part of a competition that it's not even about winning necessarily. I mean, yeah, it's cool to win because there's some cool prizes that go along with it. Usually they give away a guitar, some recording time. They try to sweeten the deal as best they can.
Yeah.
But it's more of a kind of, networking, getting
For
around.
sure.
It's not about winning. It's not about winning. It's about getting up there and playing the songs. Because really at the end of the day, and I know some people may disagree with me, we talked about this with Clay, where, Lubbock's never been a competitive music town. It's
right.
A town where it's a supportive music town.
For sure.
Nobody's trying to be number one. Well, everybody's want to be as successful as they can, but nobody's dragging anybody else down
Absolutely.
to bring themselves up.
I've been nothing but overwhelmed with, just kind of shocked at how the community is so nice and supportive. And Lubbock has done everything correct for me. Like, if I could tell any kid that's wanting to do this, this is the best place to come and launch your career.
Absolutely. But then they're going to get to a point where you're at, and you're there, where it's time to make a move. It's time to move on.
For sure.
Big shouts to Ox Martin. Ox. He finally.
He's down there too, I think.
Yeah, he had to finally, and it was a hard move for him. I remember talking to him at length over several beers and perhaps whiskeys, and him kind of just going, man, I just think it's time. I don't want to become oversaturated. I don't want to. This town has been great to him, and really helped to launch his career. But he said it's time. I got to move on. Right. Last time I talked to him, he's doing great.
Yeah, seems like he's
a strong songwriter. He's a guy that we roommated together for a while, and out there at the compound, as we call it. And, almost every night he'd be out there in the front yard, picking on some new song. And then he'd come in and, hey, it's a little rough, but what do you think, Dave?
Yeah.
He had that drive. He has that drive. And it's good to see him take that and move on. And that's where you're at now. I firmly believe that. I think you're making the right move.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Before it becomes oversaturated.
Yeah.
And then what's cool is when you come back to town, everybody's super excited to see you.
Then they'll buy a ticket.
Then you're selling out the shows. And Ox has seen that too. I'm just using Ox as one example. There's been several.
Right. Good example though.
Yeah. And when he does come to town, Blue Light's sold out. Let's go see Ox play.
Right.
Because it's been 6 months, 8 months, whatever it's been since we've seen him. So
as opposed to the twice a month.
Yeah, exactly. Or he's just up there on Monday night picking and working out another song. So what are some of the bigger venues down there in that area that you're trying to get into?
I've been doing Copeland. I finally got that pronunciation right. Copeland. They got this I think the booking guy does the Hotspot and the what's the other place? They got a third one. Whitney probably knows. Aiden plays there all the time. Want to get into Cheatham Street, obviously.
Of course.
Floors and stuff down there.
It's going to happen for you. I mean, it's just a matter of time. Maybe by the time this thing releases, somebody
maybe.
important sees it and says, let's get Tristan on.
Yeah, it'd be great.
I'm definitely praying for your success. I think you're going to do well down
Thank
there.
you.
Well, we got a little bit of time left. You got some new stuff out. You want to play one of your newer tunes for us?
For sure. Should I play one of
play
the
them
new
both if you want. We got time.
Okay.
Yeah, we got time.
Well, should I play one of the new ones that just came out or new one that's about to come out?
I vote for both.
Okay.
Let's do both. I'm saying, why not, man? We don't have any rules here. I don't have radio constraints like I did at one time. It's like 5-minute interview. You got to be done. Right. I got to say, that's one of the things I love most about doing this.
No, this is great. I don't feel rushed. I can explain the songs.
Exactly. It's tough in radio. You've got 5 to 7 minutes, and you got to get in and get out, and it's always the same cliche-ish, bullshit. I got to say it, man. It's just like, new record. You're going to be here at this time. All right, go see them at the Blue Light, and then it's over.
Yeah, play your song. Yeah.
This is a chance to get to know these artists, and that's why we do this. All right, what's this first one?
I'll play this one way ticket to Austin. I wrote it with my cousin Brandon Kenny. He's from La Mesa, but he moved up to Nashville late '90s, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
I did not know he was your cousin, so that's news to me. So,
and this is our first published one we wrote together. This one came out 2 weeks ago, I believe. It goes like this. Mind if I get a little more comfortable?
Of course. These chairs are a little awkward.
Yeah.
We're going to work on that.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, this is better.
There you go.
What the hell, Mary, were you thinking? Leaving me in love like this. Turns out I should have just packed an out of here bag when you did. Thought you might have changed your mind by August. September's just a couple weeks away. So tell me, what am I supposed to do with all this? Listen to you every damn day. So I got a one-way ticket to Austin, baby. Well, 737 lands at 7:05. Wonder what you're doing's all I've been doing lately. Barely fair to middling, going out of my mind. Thought it'd be fine, but it isn't. Can't take missing you for one more minute. So I got a one-way ticket to Austin, baby. Pilot said it's gonna be a rough flight. It's gotta be smoother than it's been. It's been hell on me, and this town keeps reminding me. Since the day you left, it ain't been the same since. So I got a one-way ticket to Austin, baby. Well, 737 lands at 7:05. Wonder what you're doing's all I've been doing lately. Barely fair to middling, going out of my mind. Thought it'd be fine, but it isn't. Can't take missing you for one more minute. So I got a one-way ticket to Austin, baby. One-way ticket to Austin, baby. Yeah, I got a one-way ticket to Austin, baby. Well, 737 lands at 7:05. Wonder what you're doing's all I've been doing lately. Barely fair to middling, going out of my mind. Don't know how it's gonna go, baby. At least I'll know tonight. 'Cause 'cause I got a one-way ticket to Austin, baby. One-way ticket to Austin, baby.
It's Tristan Graves, Between the Verses. And it's funny how life imitates art imitates life.
Right.
Except you're not going to be in a 737, you're going to be in a white van.
Yep.
And not necessarily Austin, but near.
Yeah.
So
funny. Yeah, I was thinking about that while I was singing it. That's funny.
And we just released the news, and so fantastic, man. I really am rooting for you on that.
Thank you.
We got a little more time, and like I said, I'm being a little selfish. I wanted to hear a few of your songs because I hadn't really seen you play in a while. Mm-hmm. I haven't been doing the radio thing in a while. So, what's this next one?
This next one is just kind of like my experience with my little career as it's been. And I was playing this at Galley Winter in New Braunfels last Sunday, and I was like, well, this song is 90% true. The chorus isn't true yet, but it's about to be. Like, next week it'll be 100% true.
All right.
But it's called Dumb Money. Texas, where the flatlands shaped my heart. Didn't want to work in the oil fields just to give a girl my credit card. So I packed up and I moved on south, had nowhere else to go. So I tried to go to school learning this guitar by the border of Mexico. Well, I set out to crawl these barns with a guitar and a case. Now I'm sitting on a tip box shower in a truck stops trying to make $1 a day. Well, I don't pay rent, ain't got no bills, just hotels and gasoline. I'm a child of the highway, West Texas byway, and money ain't shit to me. Well, I ain't ever had it, and I'm sure fine without it. Give it to my toll fees and gasoline. Well, them boys up in Lubbock sure beat me good, but it didn't keep me away. So I moved up, writing songs in blood by Texas music way. Well, I flipped my pickup on the way to Mason to sing at the rodeo. Cops picked me up on the side of the road, the only escort I've had to my show. Well, the insurance man said the truck was totaled, so I got me a van. You can find me singing in a dim lit bar in the corner by an old trash can. Well, I don't pay rent, ain't got no bills, just toll fees and gasoline. I'm a child of the highway, West Texas byway, and money ain't shit to me. Well, I ain't ever had it, and I'm sure fine without it. Give it to my toll fees and gasoline.
There he is, Tristan Graves. Good stuff. Yeah, that's definitely life imitating art imitating life.
Right.
Excited about the podcast. We've got this is going to be something we're going to be looking to release an episode, I guess, about once a week, if we can get everything, produced and edited and all that stuff. But we got a team of guys and gals here that are just fantastic.
Some hard-working people in the studio.
I told them, I said, I'm so glad that we've got a team that knows how to do all this stuff, because I don't. I just get in front of the microphone and talk. Yeah. That's it, man. I try to ask him, interesting questions, and we go from there.
Yeah.
Something to look forward to. I've already talked to Dalton Domino. He's agreed to be on the show. We're thinking in the fall, and that's going to be a good one because
that'll be a super cool one.
Dalton and I have been friends since a long time, since his career first started.
Yeah, he's a Lubbock guy too, huh?
Yeah, well, he definitely cut his teeth here in Lubbock. Yeah. He's out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area originally. Frisco, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But there's some fun stories there. I will tease one of them, which is, before I really knew who he was, he knew who I was. Mm-hmm. He was doing loss prevention at TJ Maxx. I'm in there with my kid. He's about 4 years old at the time. And I'm sitting there looking at, I think, like pillows and blankets or something. And just around the corner, Dalton, hey, hey, David Wilde. And I'll never forget that day. And we were just best buds ever since then. So looking forward to having Dalton on the program. Have discussed, hopefully probably in the next couple of weeks, getting Gio of Giovanni and the Hired Guns on.
Yeah, man.
And he's an interesting soul, man. That guy's got stories. He's a rock and roller. Mm-hmm. His music career and path is a lot different than most, and so it'll be real interesting to talk to him. Now, before we wrap things up this afternoon, something I was thinking we could do, because I was thinking about this the other day. It bothers me. I know guys from high school, college that never kind of expand their horizons when it comes to music. They listen to the same damn stuff that we listened to way back when, where I've always been just so curious about music and wanting to, expand my horizons as much as possible.
So much out there. You might love something, man.
So I asked you before the show, and I'm going to give 2 recommendations of mine, and I'm going to ask you to give 2 recommendations of yours.
Okay.
Maybe an obscure song. Doesn't have to be obscure, but maybe a suggestion that somebody should listen to. And what we're going to do is we're going to put links to that in the video so that you can just click on that, go straight to these artists. So I'll give my 2, and then you give your 2.
Perfect.
And we're going to do this every episode from here on out. So we're always going to get, your 2 favorite artists or something that you think somebody should be listening to. So I'm going to start out with Cassius Culpepper. Cassius Culpepper. He's got a little song called After Me. And basically it's just like his chick is getting remarried or whatever, and he's pretty bitter about it. It's a cool one. So it's called Cassius Culpepper. Song's called After Me. There'll be a link for that. And then the second one is just a song that's been on my head on repeat. This is not obscure. You probably know this song. But with my son going off to the Army, it's been on repeat. Man, when I was driving up to Amarillo to watch him go, I was listening to this record, The Sailor's Guide, and I'm having a hard time driving because I was tearing up so much.
I'm sure.
It's the very first song on the record, Sturgill Simpson's Welcome to Earth. And it starts out with, Welcome to Earth. You may not be my first, but you'll, oh gosh, I screwed it up. Hello, my son, welcome to Earth. You may not be my last, but you'll always be my first. And then he talks about, you're the greatest love I've ever known. And every time I hear that, I'm just like, oh. Because he's my only son. He's my only child. Yeah. And so he is the greatest love I've ever known. Yeah. And so those are my 2 recommendations. You got a couple for us?
Let's see. I do have one that I know for sure I'm going to relay. There's this band called Very Gently.
I'm writing this down.
Their Instagram is Who Is Very Gently. Mm-hmm. Kind of like that Who the Hell is Ross Cooper shirt. Right. And the song that I really like by them is called Sometimes I Wonder. And I'm not sure if it's out everywhere. I've just seen I've just seen a video of it on Instagram. Okay. But
our crack team, I'm sure, can find a link somewhere.
Yeah.
We're gonna just lean on you guys on that.
But they really impressed me in the first note I heard. I was like, man, they got a cool sound.
Do you know where they're out of?
I don't know much about them.
We'll do some research on them. Yeah. You got another one?
I had trouble with the second one, but I always will say that I believe that Ryan Adams is a lot more people should know Ryan Adams.
I agree 100%. Yeah.
So I guess I could say Ryan Adams, and if you haven't heard him, a good one to listen to would be Come Pick Me Up or Oh My Sweet Carolina. Okay. La Cienega Just Smiled. Beautiful, beautiful writer. He's so good.
See, there you go, folks. Expand your horizons. It's great to have some favorites. It's good to put them on repeat sometimes if there's a song you love or whatever. But I always encourage folks, always expand your horizons on music. There's so much of it out there.
Dude, yeah. And chances are, there's something out there that you're going to love. Oh, yeah. You're going to love something.
Well, I was telling you before we wrap up, when you're doing radio for as long as I did, you were sort of listening to music for the listener. Not for myself. It was for, what's going to fit our format?
For sure.
Is this song going to fit with everything else that we're playing? Is this right for our radio station? And you get so bogged down in that as a DJ and former program director way back when, that you almost, I hate to say this, but you start, I don't want to say losing the love for music, but when you're not doing it for yourself,
you lose touch with your taste.
You do. And now that I've been off the air, not in radio, going on, I guess, a year and a half now, I've been listening to music completely different. It's been for me. and
It's exciting.
It's changed my ears, I guess, and that's why I've got this list on Spotify that I think is the best list ever.
Yeah.
Like that, that should be a radio station.
Yeah.
But that's, that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
All right, Tristan Graves, thank you for being on the program. Best of luck to you, man.
Thank you.
I'm rooting for you. I know you're going to do great things. I expect great things out of you. I really do, man. And next time you're in Lubbock, maybe we get you back in.
Dude, I'd love to. Thanks for having me, David.
Absolutely.
Good to catch up with you.
Between the Verses podcast. I'm David Wilde. This is Tristan Graves. We'll see you guys on the next episode.